With her shovel in hand, she roams the universe, exploring every land, no map, no reverse. Oh, dig a 420, curious Canuck. Answers on your mind, never getting stuck. Riding waves of stars through the cosmic sea, finding who we are in the galaxy. She's got questions to ask and a fire that won't die, unraveling each task under the sky. Oh, dig a 420, curious Canuck. Answers on your mind, never getting stuck. Riding waves of stars through the cosmic sea, finding who we are in the galaxy. She's got questions to ask and a fire that won't die, unraveling each task under the sky. Oh, dig a 420, curious Canuck. Answers on your mind, never getting stuck.
Because, you know. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? Holy Hannah, I had an hour and a half between the one show ending and the next show beginning. I managed to take 22 minutes of that period of time, and I went outside and I stood in the sun. I did about 10 minutes front, 10 minutes back. I feel healthier and better. Fresh air and sunshine can always do a person good. Guess we aren't getting a big murder trial. Oh, wait a minute. Just heard Brian Coburg took a plea deal for the 4 Idaho students' murder. He took a plea deal? I need to know what that plea deal was. I didn't think he was guilty. I mean, I have not paid any attention to it since the fervor first died down. But I didn't think they had enough to prove him guilty. I guess I was wrong, though, if he's taken a plea. Wow. All right. So much for that case. Yeah. LawTube is going to be scrambling for something else to cover. Well, shoot. Hello, Mr. Q. I am making 4 gallons of homemade barbecue sauce, and it smells great. 4 gallons. Holy Hannah. I never have to make that much. I do love a mean barbecue sauce, and I make a good one too. Just saying, if I, pat myself on the back. I'm the only one that eats it though, so really, I'm the only opinion that matters, and I think it's awesome. Now, Mr. Q, you had said that you're going to be doing all sorts of barbecuing for your July 4th thing. Are you having a party at your place, or do you bring it elsewhere? Do you guys go elsewhere to celebrate? Like, what do you guys do for the 4th of July? We used to do all sorts of wonderful things for Canada Day. And yes, hello, Buck. How you doing? It is Canada Day Eve. It is. Getting excited. I actually, in a few minutes, at some point relatively soon, I will be getting a text, and I'll have to go off screen for just a moment while I run downstairs and get my delivery. But yeah, I've just got some bevies coming. Oops. Some bevies coming so that I can enjoy the hot sunshine tomorrow. I have no idea if I'm doing anything. BC hasn't had fireworks since before COVID, or at least since COVID. There's been no fireworks set off for Canada Day in my entire province. It's kind of weird and strange. Last 2 years, my town tried to do a drone show. Not very good. I mean, I guess it's okay. It was okay, but you couldn't see them from most parts of the town, and they changed the location from which they were launching the drones last minute, because the year before last they had it all set up at this big park and that's a part of the town. But just before the drone show was supposed to start, a pair of drunks managed to drive their vehicle off the road across a field and plowed right into the radio tower that was, controlling and sending power and whatnot to all the drones. So there was no drone show, and it cost the city a small fortune. We were not very impressed. So last year they did it again, only last minute they changed where they were setting the drones off from. And the place they chose to set it off at wasn't very good because you couldn't see it. You couldn't see it from the bulk of the city. In fact, I lived within, blocks of their super secret last minute location, and I couldn't see anything but the very tips of the drone picture above the trees. It was really silly. So I'm hoping that they decide to at least take it back out to the lake, be it a drone show or real fireworks or whatever. It would be nice if they did it at the lake so that everyone could see it. That would be nice. But like I said, more likely than not, even my town, it was non-existent 2 years ago. Last year it went, but it wasn't very good. So I wouldn't be surprised if the city just didn't bother this year, because it costs a fair few dollars to get a drone show to go off. Hello, MJ. How you doing? You're always first in. Good to see you. And hello, Fill Some Holes. How you doing? Canada Day Eve, yes. And there's no big murder trial, so I wonder what they're going to do. I wonder what big case they're going to follow now instead of Brian Coburg. Interesting. I will have to go and look at the plea deal because, I didn't know much, but from right off the start, it sounded like they were really really stretching. Didn't sound like they had a whole lot of evidence. So, but I never did hear what the results were of the DNA on the knife sheath and stuff like that. Mr. Q, Canada Day. They can't even have shovels or anything that go bang. That's not freedom. So Canada today must be celebrating communism or CCP. Yeah, BC on the coast, the Lower Mainland, Vancouver, they are most definitely celebrating communism. And the country in general celebrates communism by the simple fact that they don't celebrate anymore. Thanks to COVID, there just aren't very many celebrations anymore. Used to be you would have things on TV from all of the major cities in Canada and the fireworks shows and stuff. Not anymore. Not anymore. Okay, Sean from Potentially Criminal. I call him Potentially Sean. Potentially Criminal just did a live announcement of it. Okay, and that's probably why Danny On looked like Danny On had gone live, and I didn't feel like that was a normal thing for her to do. So probably same thing, because I know she was looking into the Brian Coburg thing. So, Mr. Q, okay. We'll be cooking for over 160 people for more than one day. We party at the family ranch, and we probably got about $2,000 for the fireworks. Nice. And 40 acres for anybody who wants to show up and camp on. My girlfriend's family has quite the family farm. Beef on one side of the road, dairy on the other side with some horses and pigs mixed in. Goodness, that sounds like so much fun. Oh, that sounds like a blast. You're going to enjoy the heck out of that, I'm sure. And how was you went to see Weird Al, did you not? How was the Weird Al concert? Was it good? Everything you'd hoped for and more? Hello, Credence Gold. How you doing? And Squabob, hello. Free BC, join the USA. Well, I'm hoping that we will join Alberta and Saskatchewan, and we will create the Republic of Western Canada. I say that as much as possible to everyone who will listen. Republic of Western Canada. It works so well, and that's what I'm hoping. We can just take Manitoba, all the way to BC. We'll take the Yukon. We'll take Northwest Territories. We'll take none of it. And we'll just become the Republic of Western Canada. And I've got a friend in the background making fun of me and my hand signals. So let's bring him in. How you doing?
Oh, just the well gesticulations,
It's French habit. I did French immersion for all of school. So it's just part of it.
It's such a poetic language. Oh.
Yes. Let's see, make sure I didn't forget anyone else. Hello, little D Danielle. How you doing? Congratulations. Apparently, little bit of romance happened while people weren't looking. And there is a thing with little D and Connor are a thing. Yeah.
Lobby.
So very cool, very awesome. There was chitter chatter of wedding, but I don't know if that was just teasing or if that was serious. But for sure, they are definitely dating, and I think that's just awesome.
Well,
so,
fantastic for them.
Super cool. Super cool. LawTube is good for making couples. It's the weirdest thing.
I know, it's weird.
Like Nick managed to make 3 different couples just because of being a LawTuber, Yeah. Very, very cool. Weird Al show was great, especially the end. He did some good Star Wars parody songs. Okay.
A long time ago in a galaxy so far away. Great song.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm a little envious that Mr. Q got to go and see Weird Al. That's a show I would like to see.
That show is coming to my area, and I want to go see it, but I don't have the money to go get tickets.
Yeah.
My boss is going, which part of me wants to go, can we do this as a company outing?
Yeah, why don't we just do this as a company thing? If we could write it off, it's
just put it on the card. It's fine.
Yeah. It's a bonding thing. Yes, JKD Buck. None of it. It's spelt differently, but that's how it sounds. And they're having none of it when it comes to our government. So
I've heard of that.
Join us. You've never heard of that? That's our most recent.
I've heard of the place called None of It. Yeah. It's
none of it. Yeah.
The population seems to live up to its name.
Yeah, very, very tiny. They've got less people than Alaska, from my understanding. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, I just noticed something. I'll be right back.
Sure. Hey, it's that pineapple guy, says Mr. Q.
I know, I'm here. I'm alive. Holy crap.
Kaiser Pineapple, my brother from another mother, says Little D. Hello, MSO. How you doing? We were playing about getting married. We just go with the rumors. Fair enough. That's what I wasn't sure about because, we all like to joke around. But I think it's super cool that you two met and, got a thing going. That's really neat.
Ah, that's what's missing.
Yeah, that's better. When you
I
find love,
like,
go for it. That's right, Swabby.
Amen. Amen to that.
Yeah.
Just get it.
Are those the 3 guys that banged his wife? What, AB? What 3 guys that banged his wife?
Don't know. Don't want to know.
Oh, well, we'll ask him ourselves because he's here now. Hi, AP. What 3 guys that banged whose wife?
Hedonism.
Oh, Nick Ricada. Oh, okay.
Quote unquote. I never had let anybody bang my wife, but
but except
3
that
big
time.
Jamaicans took her around the town. Apparently, I don't know. I'm just speaking out my ass, but I was trying to make a joke. Falls flat when everybody doesn't get the reference, though.
Yeah, I forgot. I've forgotten already that I had mentioned Ricada actually.
Yeah, I was trying not to remember the the rotisserie chicken joke.
Oh.
Yeah, I as someone that had a fiance that had a train run on her, and then she ended up marrying one of the 7 guys that she banged. I really have an issue with people cheating on people. I think it's the lowest form of humanity.
Yeah.
Just above being a pedo. So,
like,
well, I don't know if I don't know if I go that bad. I think there's other people between that bottom rung and cheaters, but yeah, cheaters are pretty far down that list. I'm I'm
I'll
not.
take,
I've always said, if you're going to cheat, then there's something wrong with the relationship, right? There's
Yeah, just
obviously
break
something
up.
wrong. So you either fix it, work on it and fix it, or you end the relationship and then you start a new one. Don't
I have
Exactly.
more
cheat.
I have more respect for people who get into a position where they're just like, look, this isn't working, and just move on and
Yeah.
break that off, as opposed to just, going outside of the existing
Uh-huh.
relationship. Yeah, that okay.
Yeah.
One of these things is not like the other.
Yeah, and then don't let
Exactly.
the injured party find out in a computer that you borrowed and left
Oh,
Facebook
God.
open on it and logged in on.
Oh, yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
I very similar situation that had happened at some point with people that
Oh.
I know. So
Oof.
no good. No good.
Yeah, it's pretty much the reason why I don't really trust women. They're not
Well,
all the same. Digger, I know.
yeah.
I'm
We're
not
not all bad, but yeah.
not trashing all of them, but the last 3 dates I've gone on prior to my condition getting worse, I mentioned that I had MS, and they looked at me like I was the Elephant Man. I was like, "Oh, so this is
Oh.
just gonna make it 10 times harder to even have a life."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want my dog back. She at least loved me unconditionally.
What's the old joke? Lock your wife and your dog in the trunk of your car for 4 hours and see which one's happy to see you when you open it back up.
I've
Exactly.
never heard that.
Of course,
Oh, wow.
my boxer would look at me with the most judgmental eyes if I touched another dog.
Oh
Aw.
yeah. Third degree sniff, we call
You're
that.
cheating.
The thing is, she didn't care about other dogs as long as I didn't touch them.
I see. Gotcha.
So,
Not the other dogs. It's the fact that you're touching them. How dare
Anybody
you.
else
No touchy.
could love up on that dog, and she wouldn't care, wouldn't even bat an eye. But if Daddy touched a dog that wasn't her,
Hmm.
I got the cold shoulder for a freaking month.
Well, hello, Dom. How you doing? I'll give you a minute to take your pants off. No worries. You take your time. Pants are prison. Mr. Q said the concert was cheaper than the girlfriend's trip to the casino. Well, see, that's your fault. You shouldn't have let her go to the casino. You should have forced her to come to the concert.
There you go.
Problems and solutions.
Casinos will do that to you.
Yeah, just gotta keep them away from the from the slot machines. Just keep them away from those. They lose every time.
Yeah.
Play the
Hi,
tables
West
and
Coast.
make
How you
more
doing?
money.
Yeah, I've only been to a casino a few times, and I've always gone in there with like a $20 bill, and well, not my $20 bill, to be
Yeah.
completely honest. It was never my $20 bill, but it only happened on 2 occasions. Once the 20 was gone, that was it. I was done.
Yeah.
It's fun,
I
but I
mean-
couldn't spend all day doing that.
Yeah, I went to a casino once with some guys from work, and yeah, I just went in with $100. I said, if I lose this, it's fine. I'm good on all my other bills and everything like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, went in. I got down to about like $5 or $10, and I said, okay, I'm just gonna call it here. And I met up with my buddy, and he was actually just leaving the blackjack table, and he goes, yeah, I'm completely like $400 in the hole. So I'm gonna go hit the head, and then we'll just meet up and head
be
for the
right
door.
back.
I said, okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So I sat down where he was at the blackjack table. My last, $5 or $10, just went ahead and bet, and I won. And then I kept playing, like right in his spot, and I kept playing, and I went from almost like $5 or $10, just that's it,
Mhm.
to 20 over where I started at. And he came back and he's like, what? How much money did you win? I'm like, $120. And he goes, keep playing. I'm like, nah, good.
Yeah, that's
Walked out, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, I was already up and I got $120. He's like, yeah, but you could get so much more. I'm like, and I could lose it in the next hand. This way I get my money back plus gas money.
right.
So it's a net zero for me. I had a good time.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. At the end of the day, that's it.
Right?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. They're still talking about the Kohlberger or Kohlberg. always want to say Berger.
Kohlberg, what?
Kohlberg, the 4 Idaho murdered people.
Kohlberger.
Yeah. Oh, it is Berger. Okay, good.
Kohlberger, yeah.
He, I guess, took a plea, so there won't be a court case. Potentially, Sean was just did a stream, and I noticed Danny on had just gone live at a weird time for her. So yeah, I guess he's taken a plea, and I didn't think they had enough evidence, so I'm surprised he took a plea. I thought he was
That whole case is screwy anyway. What little I know about it, so
yeah.
I've
got one question though. I got one question. Did Steve ever find his K-bar holster or the K-bar knife? Because those went missing, and we never did find out if he found them again.
Oh, somebody found them all right.
Yeah, they were found, but
We don't want them back.
yeah, no more. They've been gone for
No,
long enough.
We're good.
Yep. Join up with the family in Alberta and Manitoba. They will take you on the New America Underground Railroad. Getting out of fighting. There you go, Mr. Q. I will keep that in mind. I've been joking about that for a while now, that we're going to restart the Underground Railroad, only this way it's going to be flowing backwards. We're all going to be going to you guys. But I've been looking at Alberta, places to live in Alberta, especially places to live that are fairly close to the BC border. And there's some really nice places. There's some really nice places. So worst case scenario, worst case Ontario, I can always move to Alberta, but
Question.
I'm kind of hoping. Yeah.
Is it really an underground railroad, or is it more of a syrup pipeline?
Ooh, that's very good idea. But we have a really bad tendency to have our pipelines blow up. So maybe not. Because if we're moving humans on that pipeline, we don't. certain groups of people are okay with the pipelines. Other groups are not okay with the pipelines, and some groups like to stop trains for months at a time from traveling through, and all sorts of fun stuff with the pipeline. Everyone needs to have their fingers in that pie.
And so we've got strategic gas reserves. You guys have strategic maple syrup reserves. Look, somebody's got some pancakes. We can cook them. You guys can smother them. We're good.
Yes, we'll be golden.
I'm just hitting all the stereotypes.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of wondering what trial will take its place now. I don't really a certain ephemeris being scared me off a LawTube a while back, and I really haven't been watching in a long time now. So I don't even know what the big cases are. I
have not paid attention to like actual cases or anything going on in LawTube. I mean, I've kind of paid a little bit of attention, just overhearing people talking, especially like Karen Reed and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if I'm honest, it's like we'll hit like one trial that everybody gets behind. That's usually the one that everybody talks about for a while, and then get the judgment, and it's either good or bad, and then we move on to the next trial. And then there's usually like 5 or 6 just kind of ones. Like,
I was I've kind of been off of trials for a while too. There hasn't been anything that really got me. I couldn't be bothered doing Karen Reed again because I had already seen it through the first time. I was pretty sure I knew what I thought happened. So I didn't need to watch it again. And then the Kohlberger one I was thinking about, but I actually stream during the day now. So I'm streaming prime court time. So it's very hard to find one that I can, keep up with.
Right. And I mean, the other problem is that you usually will get like, you'll get a case like, Kohlberger, which everybody really wanted to see. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes you end up with, a case that's so sensational like that, and you want to see it. And then it turns out to be a complete dud, AKA the Shabusiness case.
Oh, geez. Poor Ozzy. He had a string. He was the curse every time he said he wanted to cover a court case. It ended up being a dud.
About that.
Yeah, I remember that. Poor
Yeah, poor
man.
guy.
He finally got over it, thankfully. But yeah, I remember for a
Yeah.
while. As soon as he mentioned a trial, I was like, okay, well, that one's not going anywhere. Oh my goodness.
Oh lordy.
Let's see. I'm not playing about being flower girl. All right. Where are we going? Yeah, so looks like they're thinking he figured it was better for a plea deal than in case. Sounds like
Hmm.
people are saying that he had a public defender, which is not great at all.
Yeah,
You get what you pay for, unfortunately.
probably.
So yeah, it might just be his best way. Or isn't there a special plea you can make? There's a term for it. It's a plea where you are not claiming guilty, but you acknowledge that there is enough evidence there to make you look guilty. It's like a Milford plea or something like that. I can't remember. Either which way, yeah. Maybe
I'm not up
maybe
on
it's
that
something
one.
like that.
Buck says Alfred.
Alfred plea. There we go. Yes, Alfred plea. There we go. The United States, that would be called an Alfred plea. Okay, yeah. So definitely.
Thank you,
Karen
Jakey
Reed-
D-Buck.
Yeah.
And Mr. Q.
And West Coast as well. Karen Reed got over $1 million for experts, and her attorneys were working for free. Her attorneys were working for free. Wow. Because I know she started out with money. And it took all of her money, from what I understand. She's broke ass. She spent everything she had on these cases. Hello, lass. How you doing?
Hey.
Yeah, West Coast is the only one who spelt it right. Al Ford. Oh, hello.
Ooh. Island!
Hello.
Hey guys,
How you
Howdy.
doing, hon?
I'm good.
Good. Oh, this is nice having you here.
And say, welcome to the Sausage Fest.
Yeah. Yes. See, people, I do know females. I do. They exist in my world.
Although there is a rumor that does exist that I'm not really a female.
Oh, really? Jeez. Oh my goodness. Hello, David Nelson. He's saying, Aylin. Hello. Now, are you Aylin or Island?
Island.
Okay, I always say Island, and then I second guess myself. And
My
yeah.
grandma's name was Eileen.
Okay.
Ah,
I like it. It's very pretty and unusual. I like unusual names. Mine's unusual too. so
Chat's
that's
wild
probably why.
because I go into some chats and I don't know who anybody is anymore.
I know. It looks like well, mind you, I am looking at the StreamYard. Yeah, no, it looks like it's normal in my chat. Like
Yeah.
it's old YouTube in my chat. But yeah, half of them are new YouTube, and it puts your channel name. So quite a few folks have been doxxed now, unfortunately, because they didn't realize they had a channel. And of course, their YouTube thing is their private name, like their actual name.
Or their
So-
Gmail address.
Yeah. Either which way, that was kind of, I mean, I understand the premise that YouTube is trying, they're trying to take care of the troll accounts, but they should have thought it through a little bit more.
right. It is
Also,
what it is.
with unique usernames, at some point, we're out of names.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I get the numbers, but that just ensures that I will never tag you from my phone.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I was so lucky. I got Digger 420 most places. But yeah, in some of these places, I'm either Digger 421 or Digger 1420. There's a third one too, but I can't remember what it is because I never use it. But yeah, it's just it's hard. And I'm lucky to be able to get some, relatively similar version of it. Some folks are
Well.
SOL now.
Well, I'm really upset because there is a Kaiser pineapple, like for the plain spelling Kaiser
Mhm.
on X. He lives in Japan, He hasn't posted anything, at least not as far as I know, since like 2014. And meanwhile, I have to do Kaiser with a Z because unfortunately, he's got that one taken. And I just want to be like, look, I don't know what the exchange rate is on dollars to yen. Can I buy it off you?
There's an island in Thailand, which I don't think is her name. She just picked
That's
an
what she's
account.
picked it.
And she hasn't used it in like 10 years.
Oh no. Oh, Wild's throwing theories out. They're all throwing theories out about what do you think of the Kohlberger plea deal, Eileen? I know that you're still hanging out. Are you paying attention to that case?
I think selfishly, I was not looking forward to that case.
Oh, so sorry. I asked you a question, but there's someone at my door. It's the delivery. I'm so sorry.
No, you're
I'll
fine.
be right back.
I'll just keep talking. But it's such a gruesome case, and there were some legally interesting points to it, but I hadn't yet decided if they were worth potentially exposing myself to how awful that was. And I
Yeah.
think the thing that I hope is that he is the guilty party. If he's pleading guilty, then I hope that that's true and he's not feeling pressured in some way to do that. And
Yeah, he's not coerced.
you know, I know the families are on social media saying they're upset. I don't know that there's an outcome where you wouldn't be upset.
No.
He was never going to give you what you wanted. There was never going to be a satisfying reason. And I think that's just a hard position to be in. But it saves the witnesses from going through that. It saves potentially, because the unfortunate thing in a trial like that is a lot of times what happens is the defense has to get up and kind of rip into the victims and go into their habits and their behaviors and what they were doing that night. And that's really painful. I mean, we saw
yeah.
that a little bit in the Karen Reed trial, where they had to kind of go, look, John O'Keefe was potentially kind of a jerk. He was using this woman. He was, maybe cheating on her. He was probably an alcoholic. Like, none of that feels good. So if he's guilty, then I don't think it's a bad thing to not
To
put
take the
everybody
plea.
through that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, the question, of course, like you said, though, is he really guilty, or is he just taking the plea for, because he's got
Save
no
himself.
chance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like there's a big public contingent that kind of just, for some reason, without sight nor scene of evidence, they're kind of already dead set against him.
Yeah. That's what I noticed right away too. Everyone seemed to be certain that the guy is guilty without ever having heard anything about it.
And
So.
as our good friend used to always say, follow the evidence. What does the evidence say? And yeah, I from day one, I mean, I remember when that case first happened, there was a lot of people speculating and saying a whole bunch of nasty stuff. And I'm like, well, let's wait to see what where the evidence falls on it. And I think I actually got ripped for it by a couple of people for saying, let's see where the evidence goes. I'm like, that seems really counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't followed it that closely. I've admittedly kind of been trying to wait until the trial happened, because it
Wait
did
a
seem
minute.
like people jumped on it really fast. Like, he just did this.
Yeah. Wait a minute. You reserved your judgment?
I
You were going to
know.
wait?
I didn't even read articles and stuff. I just waited.
That was kind of what I was doing too, because I felt the same. I felt too many people had just jumped all over that he's guilty, he's got to be guilty. And so I was waiting to see the case when it finally came out. So yeah,
Well,
it's disappointing it's not going to happen, but I guess that's
there's a thing that happens with almost every trial, and I feel like I try to remind people a little bit, and it's interesting because it's hard to predict who it's going to happen to in any given trial, but every trial there is a percentage of people that get very invested to the point that they act like it's their life. It's something that's happening to them in their life. And I'm like, this is something you're watching. These aren't your friends. You don't know these people. You don't have to die on this hill. You don't have to have your mental health disrupted. You don't have to invest the level of emotion. You can feel compassion without hinging your own life on the outcome of something you aren't actually involved in.
Right.
Yeah.
And that happens with every trial that gets covered. There's people that get so invested that I start to go, are you okay?
Right.
Because
Yes.
you don't know these people. Like,
Are you
you know,
okay? Do you need some help? Are you gonna be all right there?
do you need to go talk to your own people in your real life and remember
Yeah.
what real relationships are? Because you don't know this witness, you don't know these defendants, you don't know the victims, you don't know these people, and this is not your life.
Right. Yeah.
And that's a hard thing because we want to be compassionate and empathetic and fight for justice, but we have to remember that that's their life, not our life.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I wish people would remember that more. It's
Oh Lord.
yeah, it's like the people who are out there rioting for rioting because of the ice and stuff. It's just like, this is not, you don't even know why you're out there. A lot of these people have no idea why they're out there. They just have been told that X is bad, whatever X is, but this is bad, and they just go out and they storm cities and it's, do people not really have other things to do? I don't
Apparently
understand
not.
how so many people have the free time to do this sort of thing.
Well, and
Whoops, that wasn't supposed to go there.
it's okay to feel emotion,
Mm-hmm.
but when your emotion is the decision maker and the leader, that's a problem. Because even like with ICE, almost every case that I've come across where someone is really passionate, I'm like, hey, I will read about that. I will look into it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they're offended by that. Like, you have to just accept my narrative,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm like, I don't know if you've met me. I don't do that for people I like. So why would I do that for you? And,
Right.
Hello,
and
Brian. How
it
Hello,
really,
hello.
like, yeah, and it really tamps down, like, most of the cases I've looked into, they had a deportation order. There was some element of it that was not presented in the original story.
Mm-hmm.
And then every once in a while, there is a story where it's really unjust. And when it's really unjust, I'm on your side. We'll fight that together. But we all have to be allowed to ask questions and look into things and decide,
Yeah.
like, does this person deserve my energy and my time and my emotion beyond just, I mean, this demand that's placed on everybody to have strong emotion about everything, every injustice in the world. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm
How
a
do people
small
get out
girl.
of bed?
I can't, like, I'm very squishy. I can't have that level of emotion about all things, or I'll never get out of bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, hello, Libby. How you doing?
Yeah, I ended up not giving a shit about any of that. Like, even if it is unjust, I don't care.
Same.
I've got too much
Just
other shit
can't.
to worry about in my life than your possible deportation.
Yeah.
Go back and try again.
Mm.
Well, and one thing I've really tried to focus on is, because I care about injustice and I don't want to become hardened to that, but I have to focus on the injustice that I have some level of power over.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the people in
Correct.
my community, the people local to me, the things I have some amount of influence over. I'm really sorry if someone on the other side of the country had like an illegal deportation, but there's just nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's so many sad stories in the world, and I'm sorry, but I can't. I also have bills to pay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just remember, more than 95% of the people being deported that say they're being oppressed in their home country, they are not.
Yeah.
They're nowhere near being oppressed.
Right. I mean, it's like that one guy who was on he was arrested for originally he was arrested for essentially killing a police officer. However, the police officer himself had a heart attack while the guy was resisting arrest, as in
Oh, I
he
remember
had
that.
no English speaking ability whatsoever. He only speaks this language called Mom.
Yeah.
And
Right.
they had to get a special translator from who the fuck knows where to like, help this guy understand why he's even in jail in the first place.
And it was on video.
And it was on
Yeah.
video,
Yeah.
and they were
Now
giving him even confusing orders even there, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Virgilio.
know,
That
right?
was
He shouldn't have
Virgilio.
been-
No.
Go ahead.
I was just remembering his name. His name was Virgilio. I don't remember his last name.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been charged with the murder of a guy that had a heart attack. I don't. I'm
Yeah.
about as pro law enforcement a person as you will ever meet. I have them in my family. I wanted to be one. I was literally one step away from being one.
Aguilar
But-
Mendez, that's it.
Yeah, I absolutely despise shitty cops, and that
Yeah.
cop was being a shitty cop.
Yeah, 100%.
So
Yeah.
And
it
it's like,
sucks that he died, but he died from a freaking cheeseburger clogging his heart, not from
Not from Jude. Yeah.
Aguilar Mendez killing. He didn't kill him. I don't care
Right.
what he says.
That's why the guy got out of jail. Like, he got charges dropped because obviously he didn't, and obviously there was no mens rea there. He was fine. He was just eating an apple or whatever the heck he was doing with a small paring knife.
Yeah, he shouldn't have even been freaking stopped by the police. There was no cause to contact him in the situation whatsoever.
Right, and he had like a lawful, like, one-off asylum case. Like, I've never heard of anybody else from this country of Mom or whatever the hell it's called, where the police there are literally killing his people.
It's Venezuela, but it's a
Small tribe.
A tribe, yeah.
indigenous tribe within the Venezuelan jungle, I believe.
Now, how did this man make it all the way to the States?
Walking.
Do you really
like-
want to ask that question?
Well, no, like if you can't speak English, like how does the if he
My
doesn't speak
understanding
anything?
is like
Like,
his
are you
community raised money and got him here, and then he was sending all the money back. That was my understanding.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
talking
like
about
I'm
groups of people
genuinely
that would
curious.
literally-
like
You're talking about groups of people who come from literal like other countries in South America, and they, look, they literally were doing caravans of
Yeah.
people, like thousands of them, and they just flood across the border. That was
Well,
it was
but this-
all over the news.
the scary thing
Right.
about that is once you watch the video, it was really
Mhm.
obvious. But had people not taken notice and made that an issue, like on social media saying, hey, wait
Yeah.
a minute,
this
he
isn't
probably
right.
would have just gone to prison.
Guatemala, and his uncle lived here, and then
Okay.
Jeff did an entire thing about it. Thank you,
Yeah.
JD Buck and
Thank you, Buck.
El Begat.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks,
But
Steve.
yeah, it's just it's just wild how you can do that. In this day and age, you can travel that far with no money and no use of any language.
There are
Well,
people that travel from Africa through South
It's-
America
It's amazing. I can't
to
like
get into
we're
the United
first
States.
world here. Like for me, it's a shit day. Dude just made my delivery and he dropped the 6-pack. So now I've got 6 cans sitting in my fridge that I can't touch because they were dropped in there. And that's about, I can't imagine living in a situation where, that's my reality. I am having to 2 feet in a heartbeat. It's across the world.
Mhm.
Well, that's kind of
it's
also the thing too.
amazing.
I will interject there. I mean, if you're talking about like, somebody who can't speak the language coming over here, do you realize how much people don't really give a shit about speaking the language in general? Like I look, you don't even have to look at like other like, representative groups.
Mhm.
Just look at men in general. Okay. I have some of the best times with my father-in-law and not a word is spoken between us. We're great. He and I are great. We have great on good terms, enjoy
Mhm.
spending time with each other. But usually when we go fishing or we spend time with each other, we don't talk at all.
because you're doing an activity that doesn't require talk.
That's normally how guys are, to be honest. Unless
Yeah.
it's swearing
That's what
at
I was
each other.
saying. If you really want to understand how unimportant language really is, go watch, a few of the men in your life and watch them just sit around and do nothing and just communicate with their eyes.
Right.
And then
Well,
Not a
the
word said.
talking they do to each other is tearing each other apart.
Mm-hmm.
And women think we're about to get in a fist fight, and no, that's brotherly love.
No, we might start kissing before we start beating each other up.
Well, it's funny because I work with a lot of men and I game with a lot of men, and every once in a while there will be another woman there, and the men will tear each other apart. And she'll be like, "Are they okay?" I'm like, "No, they're having fun. They're fine. They're gonna go get beer later."
Yeah.
Because if women fought like that, it's serious.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'd literally be talking murder.
I'm like, "No, they're fine. It's fine."
Yeah. I don't game, but I watch people game, and yeah, it's funny just how crazy the conversation can go, and then suddenly they're friends again, and it's all good.
Case in point, one of my best friends is black, and
What?
we
I'm not your
are-
friend. Fuck you.
He's darker than you, man. But we went to CVS, and he wanted to pick something up, and I needed to pick up a prescription. This is back when I could walk, and I go in there and I use my CVS card, and he's like, "Where in the hell did you get that?" I was like, "Well, that's that white privilege you're not a part of." And the lady behind the counter, her face, she's a nice old lady, her face turned ghostly white. And he just starts laughing. And the people on the line behind me are pissed off that I said that. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
"Are you
okay.
serious right now?" Like, he knows I'm joking. Like,
Yeah.
Like, he knows I'm not serious. Come on.
so
I've had those interactions before. It's always funny. It is always fucking hilarious.
yeah, when you see so another situation, I'd actually drop the N-word with him in the car to prove a point to the other guy who is actually racist that is in the car. So I was like, "Well, you can say words," and the guy's like, "Say what word?" So I dropped it, and my buddy was like, "Yeah, you can say it." And the guy that's actually racist was like, "Dude, you can't say that." Like,
Oh.
no, you can. It's the inference, the intent behind saying something.
Yeah.
You know.
People give words power. Words themselves have no power.
Yeah.
I once ended a date because he wouldn't stop using the N-word, but I ended it by leaving him on the side of the road. I was
Oh,
like, "Just
nice.
get out of the car."
Like the real word with the hard R, or just
Yeah,
N-word?
like hard R. And I was like,
Oh
"Just
my
because we're
God.
both white doesn't mean I think that's funny. You gotta
Yeah.
go, man."
Well, I think it was fucking funny.
It was
Especially
not
when she
being
pulled
said
away.
in a funny way. It was
I was
being said
sitting in
a-
the back of that car. I would have been using it twice as much.
I was like, you gotta stop. Like, I'm uncomfortable. And he did it. He like looked at me and did it again. And I was like, "You gotta get out of the car." And I just left him there. And
Well,
then
that
I was
makes
like,
sense.
"I can't believe I just left him there."
It's kind of based, I'll be honest, but it's also fucking hilarious.
There you go.
Yeah.
Two
Hi,
things can be
Island,
done at
just
once.
to say hi to you.
Hey,
Yeah.
P.
Sorry, I was trying to use the restroom and not fall like I did last week and pull myself out of the
Yeah, no falling.
stream.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, please no falling.
Falling is bad. I hear it
brother's
hurts.
dog walked in front of me as I took a big step and caught me off balance, and I slapped against like 3 walls last week.
Oh,
Oh,
Ouch.
That's when I was like, "Hey, it's gonna be more time. Can you pull me out of everything or kick me out of the stream?"
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Oof.
he just wants attention. He's
Yeah.
a good dog. He's just gets bored a lot. So
I had
My
used to have
cats
this
love attention
friend.
too, but they do the same thing.
I used to have this friend, and they put invisible fencing in their house
Oh.
so
That's
that the
awesome.
dog could only go in certain parts of the house. So it wouldn't be like it couldn't
Oh.
go in the kitchen, so it couldn't trip the mom while she was
Okay.
trying to cook.
While she's cooking. Yeah.
It was wild.
that's actually kind of smart though.
That's-
Kind
yeah,
of smart,
you know
but it
what?
was just
I-
weird.
Mhm.
It could only go in half the living room, so they were like, "If you don't like dogs, just sit over there."
That's very
That's a
intelligent.
Good idea. Yeah.
But my boxer would go to the very edge of the field and lay down until the beep stopped, and then get up and walk right through it. So my boxer understood 3 languages. That dog was way too smart for her own good.
Yeah, they are smart dogs. They're my favorite breed, boxers.
Hyper intelligent.
Yeah. My aunt and uncle, well, my dad's aunt and uncle, they had a boxer, and I was tiny. I between the age maybe 2 and 5, like tiny kid. But we would go up to their place, and I would ride their boxer like it was a horse, and it would just, I'd ride it all around the farm, and it was fine. It was so much fun. Yeah, beautiful dogs. Mr. Q. Sounds like AP and Johnny be trying to win the who can trip over animals and fall down steps and hit walls things more. It's not a contest, you guys. Yeah, it's
See,
really
I don't
not.
know.
Anyway,
Johnny
I
fell over
feel
a hump dog, so
Yeah, that hump dog was causing some issue. Al is a wonderful cat, but yeah, he really liked to leave that right smack dab in the middle of the way, the one spot that Johnny could walk through.
I miss hearing that noise though.
I do
that
too.
always made my day.
I do too.
I'd be
Yeah.
having a crappy day at work, and like the lab is on fire, and then all I hear is just the fucking.
And the sweet knowledge that he's making eye contact with Johnny the entire time he's humping the heck out of that stuffy dog. Yes, I miss that too.
Oh, those are good days.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, our friend Johnny has got a cat, and this cat is a granddad, very, very old cat stuck in his ways. He's got a stuffed dog that he has been humping for the entirety of his life. And he used to do it specifically during Johnny's stream, so we could all hear the yowling in the background.
Yeah.
It was good times.
It was the best of times.
Yes.
Speaking
And you
of
gotta get your
humping,
rocks off.
Hold
Uh-oh.
on, I gotta
Wait a
hear
minute.
this.
Yeah, now I gotta hear it.
so
wait, what?
there's this guy on Twitter. I've never heard of him, Rich Lieberman. I reposted his tweet because he presented like he had interviewed Ron Owens of the Laura Owens case, her
Okay.
father Ron, but really it's like a series of text messages that he just reads to you, highlights. But in it, he's like, "Oh, they clear the air." But the text message he reads, Ron Owens admits that the GoFund money is being used for her legal expenses, which was
Okay.
very confusing because he's
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, they're going to clear the air," and they didn't clear it at all.
Right?
And I'm like, this case, I love it because nobody got slaughtered. And it's fascinating. Like the stakes are relatively low, but the hijinks are very high.
Stakes? Did you just say stakes are low? She's charged with 7 felonies.
Well, but I mean, like, no one died.
Did anyone
No one-
die?
It's not the Koberger case.
What? No, this is fraud. Like you almost get in more trouble than you do if you
Who
kill
is-
somebody.
Yeah,
What is
relatively
this
low.
case?
It's the Tonsil twins.
Oh yeah, Laura Owens. Yeah.
Oh,
Charged with
okay.
7
Yeah,
felonies
the
for
one
lying
she was
about
pregnant.
pregnancy.
I thought
Yeah,
that
The
was
blowjob
over.
chick. Yeah.
So she's being criminally charged with
Oh,
7
good.
felonies.
She should be.
A class 2
Good.
felony, a class or 5 class 4 felonies, and then a class 6. That class 2 has more jail time than I would get if I killed someone.
Jesus.
Wow.
She wasted the court's time. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was a fraud scheme. Fraud
Mhm.
scheme and
I
artifice.
mean, there's part of me that genuinely wonders if she's legit crazy, like just stick her in an institution because she doesn't know reality.
Do
Yeah.
you have to wonder
Except-
really that hard?
Except that it's too scheming. Like
Yeah.
the relationship contract of like, if you'll date me, then maybe I'll let the babies live.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
She's a sociopath. That's what the
Yeah.
her version of crazy is.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, there's part of me that can't comprehend what she's done, and I just am like, well, maybe she's crazy, but it's too calculated.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
it's,
you can't just
it's going to be
tamper with
awful hard
evidence
to,
and
with those kids. I mean, thankfully, we're not going to have to worry about it too much. I mean, she's just gargling them anyway. So, I mean,
They're actually trying to get conditions of for her being a repeat offender so that she can be
Right.
sentenced not as a first offense, but as a repeat
Mhm.
offender because she's done it to so many men.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
wow.
done it so
yeah,
often.
that's
Oh.
Yeah.
But
That
has she done it
developed.
in the state that she's in currently?
I
Or is
think
she
at
switched
least
states?
2 of them are from Arizona,
Okay.
if not 3 of them.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be a repeat offender in the jurisdiction thereof. So,
Okay.
Well, I mean, the attorney is the same attorney.
yeah, but attorneys can go
yeah.
across state lines.
I don't know. I mean, I purposely kind of not dug into the other men, partly because they clearly just
Phrasing.
want to be they want to be away from her and move on. So I'm not trying
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
like
She
Yeah.
already did dig into them too. So,
I was gonna say phrasing.
Did she though, or did she just say she did?
well, just funny thing is, just like my ex had a friend that said she got pregnant from a dry hump, and I was laughing.
How
I
dry was that
like,
hump?
Yeah.
Obviously not
That was
dry
not
enough.
that dry.
I was like, she and her boyfriend had sex. Like, let's use our brains. And she's like, no, they believe in God. I go, so they've had sex. Let's use our brains. You're an
Yeah.
intelligent woman.
They were cuddling in the back of the sedan.
There's no
Yeah.
soak and float. This
I
isn't
was just
Utah.
gonna say maybe they were
He's
doing
like
a soap.
doing soaking. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
Lord.
I would know. I was actually the guy kicking the bottom of the bed for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was you.
Yeah,
Say,
yeah, yeah.
What, seriously, what is it with people doing the shaking of the bed? Why do they just go ahead and get like one of those 1970s like beds with the magic
Oh,
thing?
the bed shaker. Yeah.
25 cents.
Yeah.
Because
3
that's
minutes
a
of
trick
waking
God,
up.
Just
Kaiser.
set
have to
that
trick
fucker
God.
up at an Airbnb outside of Amish country and watch the money roll in.
Yeah, and if they want to do doggy, they just got one of those fat burning jitterers that you use from like the 60s
Oh,
or
yeah, the
50s
belt.
weight loss. Yeah,
Yeah.
The jigger belt, yeah.
Jiggerlux.
I want to get one of those. I want to try that out.
That's in the blast, the
Do
movie
nothing for
Blast
you,
from
but
the
it's
Past
fun.
with
Yeah.
Brendan
why'd you
Fraser.
get
I
this?
watched that the other day.
Blast from the past. I haven't seen that one yet. I don't think.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I
Fraser?
like him. I like him as an actor.
Yeah, what happened to him in Hollywood is pretty sad, to be honest.
Yeah.
Wish I knew what happened to him in Hollywood because I don't give a shit about Hollywood.
I was
He
gonna say,
was-
who are we talking about? Wait, what?
Brendan Fraser.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah. you
Hollywood
got
guy.
blacklisted.
Tell me what's going on.
He was molested by executive producers after The Mummy, and all his prospects for movies started going downhill.
Oh
Yeah.
There was
my.
someone
And-
else that it happened to.
Terry Crews, but
Terry Crews, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it at least women?
No.
Oh,
That's just the thing. You hope that there, Brian, but the Hollywood machine, let's
No.
be completely honest.
It
here.
Yeah.
runs by penis.
it's the
Well-
same thing that happened to Amanda
Yikes.
Bynes, right? I feel it's horrible for
oh
her
yeah,
because
100%.
what she's going through, the way she was treated.
What's her name?
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
was a
even
new one.
Matt Lawrence, the Lawrence brothers, he said that he got offered like a superhero role and was told to go up to the producer's hotel room and like take his clothes off so they could photograph him.
Yeah.
And when he refused, was like dropped from his agency.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it
Similar
is true.
thing-
If you refuse, you're kind of blacklisted.
You're blacklisted. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
similar thing to Brendan Fraser. He refused, and then everything went downhill. And then,
Yeah.
what's the movie that he just won the Academy Award
The
for?
Whale.
The Whale.
Well,
The
Yeah.
whale,
The
yeah.
whale. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet, but it's supposed to be good.
Apparently,
mean-
it's really damn good. So
it's a
so I've
hard
heard.
thing, right? Because there is a high price to saying no, and yet you have the ability to say no.
Yeah.
And so it's
what is
hard
that
for me
pride
when
worth to
women
you?
come out 20 years later and go, I was forced. And I was like, no, they named the price and you agreed. And that
That's exactly it.
that
Mhm.
leaves me very conflicted. You shouldn't
it-
have been given a price like that.
Right.
it ends up
But you were and you accepted.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and it ends up eating them apart from the inside, and then they shave their hair off and do a
Yes.
bunch of drugs, and then
Yes.
you know.
And
go-
obviously,
Demi
if someone's
Lovato.
if someone's forced, that's a different thing. But when they're just told, like, in exchange for
For the
fame and
job.
riches, here's what
Yeah.
you got to do, and they do it.
yeah,
Like in the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the implication, where you're just bringing a girl onto your boat out in the middle of the water. The implication.
I
right.
haven't
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
that one. I
That's
still
like one of the
watching that
early
show.
episodes.
That show is so good.
Oh,
I
is it?
fucking
Okay.
love that show.
The best episode ever is because I'm not a drinker, but when they're locked in the bathroom with flu symptoms and they're like, what's his face? He's like, I'm dying. I think I'm literally dying. And then they sneak alcohol and they are all fine. He's like, whoa, whatever's in that Drano container, that stuff righted my ship. I'm really good now. What's in it? He's like, oh, that's alcohol. And then the girl's like, wait a minute, are we just alcoholics?
Oh
Is that the
no.
reason why we were dying? We stopped drinking for an hour.
No.
Withdrawal.
Yeah. I mean, it is the only drug on the planet that'll kill you if you stop cold turkey. So,
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I know I was
Brain can't
never
handle
truly
it.
an alcoholic because I cold turkeyed
Well, there you go.
as I'm drinking a beer. But no, this was like COVID times. This was the end times where I just stopped. I was like, oh, I guess I'm okay then. I'm good.
Before the dark times, before the COVID.
No, it was during the COVID.
That was one of the wild things about the Karen Reed case is they'd bring these people up on the stand and they would give an account that conflicted with their other 3 accounts, and everyone would be like, how can they do that? And I'm like, they're all alcoholics. They were all drunk. They don't
Right.
know. Like they're telling and retelling stories that they've passed around among each other, and none of them were sober.
I
Yeah,
am
And they might not be
convinced
sober right now.
that they
Exactly.
were all swingers, 100%, without fail. I am
Except they're all
convinced of
related.
it. There's no reason why
fine.
they should have been at that house that late at night, all together at the same time. There's no point.
Well,
Kind of
except
sounded like. Oh, go ahead.
if you listened to all the testimony, it was mentioned a couple times that they were going to have a blizzard party and everybody was supposed to spend the night
You
and
know,
like be snowed in there. And then suddenly at like 2 a.m., it's like everybody out and they got rides home even with strangers. And I was like, you waited till the blizzard was happening and then decided to go
then-
home. That
Yep,
in
and then they
itself
got rid of
is
the
weird.
dog too.
I'm so sick and tired of people not. And it's nothing against the island because that's what they reported. It was a blizzard, but I have seen worse snow in April in Michigan playing baseball than what was shown at 12 and 2 a.m. in Massachusetts during the
Yeah.
worst blizzard in a century.
AP though,
Yeah,
you got to
no, I
remember
agree.
any amount of snow where you can call it a blizzard party is good enough for those degenerates.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Uh,
But
so what
I've
you're
been-
saying is that Nick Rekieta might have been right that they were all swingers.
I completely believe
Wow.
because I called it about Nick well before he even came out with it. I fucking knew it.
Yeah, because I know they
Probably-
did a lot of group vacations together and stuff too.
Vacations,
Yeah,
getting away from
yeah.
the kids
Yeah.
so that
Well,
they don't have to wear
Aruba-
pants for a couple of days.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
they went to
Exactly the
Aruba
kind-
down the
I-
street from their hotel that they visited. Even though, sorry, they were doing a timeshare and a hotel. There's a swingers hotel in Aruba.
I have no idea what
Okay.
the fuck you're talking about.
It's
Are you
Karen
talking about
Reed.
Rekieta or are you talking about the Karen Reed?
Karen Reed.
Karen
Oh,
Reed.
okay.
But the
Yeah.
Rekieta thing, admittedly, I have not followed the drama much at all. I just, when Rekieta's good, I watch him, and when Rekieta's not good, I don't watch him. But I watched the members only live where he had the compilation of him being mentioned by Aaron. And I was like, sir, I don't know what's going on, but you might want to try to get a restraining order against this person because they are obsessed with you. This
The
is
level of
insane.
obsession is kind of scary.
Yeah.
I'll be really honest.
I
with
was
you.
like, this is setting off red flags for me. I've never seen this person before. I don't know the story, but this person's obsessed with you and you should be afraid. Like the amount of time he's spent talking about Nick. And I'm like, Nick's not that interesting.
no.
Yeah, I
Like, he's
know.
cool. I like him when he's good, but like, he's not
Yeah.
40,000 mentions interesting.
Yeah, no, it's
not.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
no idea about any of that. I tuned out a long time ago.
Dazzler is still, his old ass is still waiting for a computer, but he is alive. I haven't seen him today specifically, but he's alive. He's kicking. He's just waiting for a new PC.
That I'm so
Boy.
glad that guy is finally getting a new rig because his old one was the biggest piece of shit.
Well, it
I have
finally died.
ever heard of.
It finally shat the bed.
Finally gave up
Yeah.
the ghost.
Yeah, and the poor guy's he just disappeared for a few days, and we were all really worried about him.
Well, yeah, because I mean, with this medical stuff too. I mean, like, who
Yeah,
the fuck knows what's
yeah.
gonna happen?
You can't. There are some people who can disappear for a few days, and it's like, okay, well, then no big deal. And there's others who are like, oh no, wait a minute.
Right?
This
Yeah,
guy-
we
disappear
know
Yeah,
that
you
all too
assume that I'm
well.
fine.
Thank you very much for the trauma reminder.
Oh,
Actually, I lied. If I disappear, you guys are like, did he die in the lab explosion? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
yeah, we already had you pegged as dead in the lab that day
Yeah.
because you were just like 30 minutes late or something.
Like
And the whole chat's got him dead in the lab, and he's got superpowers and all.
we go
sorts.
3 months. We go do this show for 3 months. Like, wait a minute. Does anybody remember where Brian went?
Wait a minute.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to leave. I gotta take care of my brother's dog and
No worries.
not
I
fall
got you,
down a
man.
step.
Stay safe, man.
Yeah, you be
Take
well.
care,
I'll
AP.
talk to you soon.
It's gonna take me a minute, but you guys, I'll be listening. So
Okay.
All right.
talk about
Cool.
me if you want. Yeah.
All
Have
right.
a good one, buddy.
All right,
See
guys.
you later.
You be well.
No.
The phone call from Karen after dropping him off was, "You're disgusting."
Ooh, true.
Yeah, and
I
she
don't
called
know.
him a pervert.
Fuck off, D's.
Oh, I love these.
I don't. Fuck you, dude.
Don't sugarcoat it. Tell us how you really feel.
West Coast is saying, I think that's why she called John a pervert in the voice messages. There you go.
Probably.
Oh, and fuck Canada. Yeah, well, fuck the Dallas Stars, bitch. I get to play that one until next Stanley Cup playoffs. So yeah,
Wait, didn't you guys like just lose the Stanley Cup though?
it doesn't matter because we kicked Dallas's ass.
It's Texas. That place
gotta
doesn't have
focus on what's
any snow.
important.
You're gonna say
I
you playing an ice sport against people who don't get ice. I'm
Shut up.
sorry, that does
Florida
not exactly do a lot in your
Florida's won
favor
twice
there.
in a row. I mean, Florida. The thing is, though, the truth of the matter, okay, like the way the hockey world works, bulk of players are Canadian or Swedish. They just the American
Russian.
teams have the money, or Russian, yeah. American teams have the money to pay the really high salaries. And that's why the American teams do so much better, in my opinion. I mean,
Why is Canada
the Florida
poor then?
Panthers won this.
So you're
last two
saying
times
that our
running,
GDP allows us to be
13.
better players. Gotcha.
Yes, I'm totally saying that. We're broke ass.
Well,
and
you
you
both
guys can
stuck
pay
and
better.
you're broke. Damn.
But by the same
Well, y'all are
token, when
just
you
at
watch
a
the
university
Olympics,
school
like
here, don't you know?
a vast number of people in the Olympics train in the U.S., no matter what country they're
Oh,
from.
yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, we are the best.
We're the best.
You know, you are.
Well, hey, look, I'm just going to be completely honest. I mean, it is today is the 30th of June. That means that 4th of July is coming up this Friday, our good old Independence Day. And I'm
America
sorry. Let me be completely honest. Kaiser, I become that guy
Oh
on
no.
4th of July. I am that guy,
Mexico
100%.
flag and all the food
yeah,
and drink.
I have already pre-ordered my T-shirt. It comes in tomorrow. It's got George Washington with a pair of aviator sunglasses, a big old flag behind him. It says "Suck it, England."
I need that shirt. Send it to me.
I will
love
send it to you. Yeah,
I
it's
now feel like
available in all
I've failed
sizes.
to appropriately plan my outfit for 4th
Yeah,
of July.
I've got the cowboy hat. I've got the whole shit and shebang, ready to go. And like I said, 4th of July is my holiday. That is the day that Kaiser turns into that raging asshole who is pointing out everybody's failure who is not us.
So, how much are you spending on fireworks this year?
Oh, it's good. That's the great thing. I don't have to spend any of it because my in-laws live on a lake, and where they live puts on a enormous fireworks display every year.
Nice.
And where the barge gets floated out to is literally right like 100 feet off their dock.
Oh, fuck
So-
yeah.
So we're literally sitting there. Our eardrums are touching every 5 seconds, from the concussion of like the mortars going off. And we're just like, fuck yeah.
Nice.
The only way it gets better is whenever I get to spend 4th of July with my family, in which case, yeah, that's whenever the high explosives and the full autos come out.
I just found a t-shirt that is George Washington waving a flag riding a T-Rex.
Can you send me that?
Oh.
too? I will get that one
Yeah.
for the wifey.
Is that a salty cracker shirt by chance?
The brand is Awesome America Shirts.
Okay.
Because
I
you
thought
don't need
Salty
to
had
advertise
shit
any
like
more than
that.
that.
Well, no, Awesome America. That is that sells it.
Wait, hold on. What year is it? I think one of Sam's cousins is finally old enough to be allowed to set off the fun fireworks.
Oh.
So I might get to drag another kid into this mix of being able to have fun with us.
Nice.
You know what the scariest part of 4th of July is? Is little kids with sparklers.
Oh, I give the kids sparklers. I am the
sparklers are
problem.
No big deal. It's the foom, the foom. I can't remember which one that is.
Roman candles.
Roman candles. I've seen people give their toddlers Roman candles.
Oh yeah, why not, right?
Did you ever have a wizard duel with one of those?
No, but we used to chase each other through the forest and in the mist and fight each other with them.
It's basically
that
like
was
World
fun.
War I out there. When
Yeah.
There's a shirt for you.
the fuck is a kilometer? Let's go.
Nice.
Because I mean,
Why are you clicking at me?
Here we go.
I've also got my patriotic American waifu T-shirt like coming in too.
Oh, I need
Wait,
to
what?
choose.
Hold on.
Dismiss.
Hold
I don't
on.
want. I just want to
Yep.
see the shirt.
I just said that.
Hold on. I fucking hate you guys.
Why?
I want this shirt now more than the other one.
Oh my goodness.
I want it just to
Let
have.
me just make sure I don't have anything.
Oh yeah, I'm. Trust me.
Okay.
I'll
There we go.
I'll throw the link to you.
There. That's the T-Rex one.
God, I should get like one of these shirts for wife's dad too, and just be like, here you go, here's your shirt, change.
That's awesome.
Yep. Here's the one that I've got ordered. That's coming tomorrow.
Nice.
Suck it, England.
Suck it, England.
1776. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
And yeah, just so Brian can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, the other shirt that I'm ordering. So
Nice.
I'll send you the link. It's on Amazon.
Fuck yes.
Ah.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I need this. Does it come in anything other than gray?
Yeah, they've
Thank
got like a whole different
God.
array of different colors and sizes and everything like that.
Nice.
I found one where she is wearing a bikini and incredibly way too far cut jeans.
Oh.
Okay, link now.
Here you go, back chat.
Hello, Lee Snowden. How you doing?
And it's cheap.
Nice.
Sorry, here we go. And oh, wow. Okay. Brian, rather, I understand.
You can't show that one here, I don't think.
I can't. She's in a bathing suit.
Oh no, you definitely can. Never mind. We showed Stellar Blade. Never mind,
Yeah.
we're good.
She's in a bathing suit. I mean, come on. We're golden.
Ow.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
There
yeah.
you go.
and now I'm
Oh.
torn between the T-Rex and the "It's only treason if you lose" T-shirt.
I love
Hold
that.
on. Yeah. I'll take one of all of these. I need more t-shirts,
Here
frankly.
we go. I
It's
like
only
that.
treason if you lose.
It's only treason if you lose. I like that a lot. Oh my goodness.
Oh, howdy do. That shirt is even in my size. Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome, my friend.
The wife is gonna hate it.
Oh, the wife is gonna hate it. The kid's gonna be a little confused. It's gonna be great.
There you go.
Yeah, well, you
And
know,
it comes
I
in
mean,
all sorts of colors. If I can click on it, there you go.
Oh, there
For
you go.
your-
Women's light blue.
Oops, click.
You ladies out there are able to get yourself your fitted tee for
Nice.
America Day.
Is
with
it
the
a
girl with
fitted
the
tee?
glasses. I don't know. It says
Oh.
women's.
Yeah, no, it says fit men, women. Oh, it is nice. Built for us girls with boobies.
Yeah, so your boobs will stretch out the anime girl. Thank
Yes.
God. That would be
Yes.
that would be terrible.
Thank God for someone finally taking that into account.
you know, gotta give the proper, spacing for the sweater yams. Gotcha.
Yes, yes. Well, that's kind
It's
of
all
been a
good.
problem in the past. I stretched the wrong. It looks yeah.
Because
You
men's
have
shirts, there's
proof?
tubes.
Well, yeah, they don't fit right. We've got throwing it out there. If you go to Just Kidding LLC Streamlabs merch, I've really got to get my word processor thing figured out so I can save these. But yeah, Brian is typing, so hopefully he can put it up
How
there.
the hell did you know that?
I was gonna say, because that where I could get my my cuck ham stuff.
You
Yeah,
can
that's
get
where you
your-
can get the official Cuck Ham t-shirt when you'd rather watch them eat. Sorry, hold on. Give me
Yes.
like 2 seconds. I'm gonna pull it up literally as we're speaking.
Oh, West Coast is saying I don't have that problem, unfortunately, Digger. Oh, you lucky thing. I have ruined so many really great shirts. Unfortunately.
The official Just Kidding LLC website.
There
with
we
the merch.
go.
You can get Cucko the Clown with no jail bars yet. I'm waiting
Yep.
for the day where he gets jail bars. Johnny, get the fuck on it. Where you can get piss yellow, golden shower yellow.
There you go. I prefer it in gray myself. This, by the way, Island, this is the man that was mentioning Nick's name so many times.
Ah,
The one you were
yes.
telling about?
Yeah, he makes my skin crawl. I've been aware of him for approximately 5 seconds, and I'm not interested in whatever he's selling.
Yeah, neither am I.
Well, it just so happens you can get Just Kidding LLC, Johnny. He is actually Aaron's co-host 2 mornings a week on the Steel Toe Show. So yeah, he's co-hosting with that guy on the regular, and Johnny and I are now dating. So we're actually another one of the Nick Rekieta couples. It's the weirdest thing.
That's weird. I don't want to.
Yeah, we never would have met if
Nick
Rekieta and Aaron
couple.
hadn't done that.
I
gross
want to
stuff.
get the water bottle because I like the
I
Johnny
like the
doll,
water bottle too. Yeah.
and I don't drink enough water. I drink
We need-
mostly beer.
We need to figure out how to make a Johnny doll into a doll. I've got
Yeah,
to.
but it'd be very dangerous. I don't think Johnny wants us to have a doll of him because
Well-
he knows that there's a couple of us who would put holes in it to fuck.
Yes, but you know, at the end of
Or
the
turn it
day,
into a
hello
voodoo
turtle.
doll.
Sorry. At the end of the day, if they're gonna buy merch, I don't think he cares over much.
That's true. That's true. Also, if you are a certified, like me, a certified digger lover,
There
or
you
like my
go.
wife, a knit, anywho,
But yes, there's Digger merch on the Just Kidding LLC merch website.
it looks a little better in white. However,
It does.
I am still partial to the black. I do like black everything. As you
Yeah.
can see,
I can't
black
imagine
hat,
why.
Black shirt, black skin.
Well, 'cause
black
when you
microphone.
spill, it
Who
doesn't
knew?
show up.
It shows up just fucking fine. I have one. It's the one where it has it on the front so you can't see it if you're drinking, no matter what you're doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I had the original running because now it's on like the actual sides where mine was only in the center right fucking here.
Right. That's okay. Apparently your ink it's easier to read.
Yes, it is a little bit easier to read
Yeah.
probably. And then
Yeah.
when he changed it, something weird happened. But
Yeah.
and then the Johnny can't stand y'all shirt. Why? Because
got
Johnny
one of
can
them.
barely stand himself.
Yes, he literally can't stand. So.
Yeah, just look at the look at the red stain on his carpet, and you'll ask him how well he stands.
Now I have that shirt myself. I have it in blue. And I will tell you, it's a men's fitted tee. I am not a tiny girl. I've got it in a medium and it fits like a glove. Perfect.
Does it
Not too
accentuate
tight.
the boobies?
Oh, heck yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes. And it also it accentuates that there is space between the boobies and the side.
Wait, what?
Which is nice. Nice.
I wouldn't know. I don't look at boobs. Anywho,
That's right. You're still waiting for feet pics, right?
I am.
Hello, Turtle. How you doing? Hello, Johnny. How you doing? You heard your name, eh? Ears are burning.
Yay!
Yeah, we're going over your merch shop, making fun of you. Also, we need jail bars on this.
On the Cuckoo
I
the Clown
want
one.
this. I will buy one if you do. Why? Because I think it's fucking funny.
Nick is the reason you found Steel Toe and Johnny, so you'll give him that. Yeah, Nick is haphazardly, completely accidentally and unintentionally able to set up some great friendships. Not even talking about the relationships. I know of at least 2 marriages because people met in Nick chats. So I don't know how he manages to do it, but he does. He's a good matchmaker.
I'm trying to think if I made any friends from Ricada chat.
I did.
think maybe
Say you guys.
I was gonna say I think I met Mighty. I think somehow through Kada, like indirectly, like it was a couple of jumps.
Yeah, I met Mighty in Vices and Aussies.
Vices and
Yep.
Aussie, which
Yeah,
I got to them via
via
Kada.
Nick. Yeah, me
Yeah, I was
too.
gonna say I've met a lot of people indirectly because a lot of creators got their start with
Yeah.
Nick,
Yeah,
and then
Yeah.
I met people in their chats because
Yeah.
at some point Nick's chat got so busy, it got hard to
Hard to keep up.
quote unquote meet people. It was so, but the smaller creators that he really gave a start to.
that's why I started
Yeah.
actually listening to Vices, was because Nick chats got just way too busy for me, and I was like, nothing's getting seen. And then there was a old stream that Vices did about like old ghost stories from Asia, and one of
Yep.
them was a toilet
Oh.
ghost.
Yes,
And then-
the toilet
Yes.
goes.
The toilet
Yeah.
ghost, and I said something about taint.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Jeff on screen on Nick's the very first time, I thought, yeah, this is someone I would like to spend time with. This is what I'm
Right?
gonna have to hang out with. Yeah, he was
One of my
super cool.
favorite things about being in Jeff's chat, because Jeff would prepare so well and try to be so professional, and then every once in a while you would see him reading chat and you would see him start to lose it, and when chat made him completely lose his composure, that was the best.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I prepared for this, I'm a professional, and then he's like, what is happening in chat?
Yeah, I really enjoyed him. I actually honestly I'm enjoying on Saturdays when I get up and get ready for church. I've enjoyed having Connor to listen to. He's been doing the Maritime Mondays on his Saturday streams, and that's been really cool to do.
Any
It's,
Saturday he's been doing those? I thought he's been doing them a little more too.
maybe
or-
he has. I'm
Yeah.
catching them on Saturdays. That's all I know.
Gotcha.
I've caught a couple
He's done
of
them other
now.
times too. I sometimes even mute them because if I'm feeling like I can't look or hear Jeff because I'll cry, I'll just mute the stream and talk to people in chat.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was it was weird. He was doing that one of those, and Jeff, I don't even know why. I don't know what he was talking about because I had just signed into Connor's stream, but Jeff was saying something and he's like, and I don't want to die. And he's looking at the camera and I don't want to die. And Connor just looked at the camera and he's just like that. And I was done. I was,
Yeah.
I
Oh, you
haven't-
lost it. Yeah.
yeah, I have not cried like bawling for Jeff in a while. I like to think that I've got, control of myself a bit, but yeah, that just it was awful. I just fell apart. It's so like he's right there,
Yeah.
Yeah, if he says my name, like if he reads a chat or a super chat, I'm done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's over.
Yeah. Diggs. Like, oh, fuck me. Damn it.
Yeah. was just thinking earlier today, is like I might be able to finally pull up that old manuscript that I started for him, and I might be able to start doing it. And then you guys started talking, and I'm like, nope, not happening. Like,
Oh, I did not know that, Lexi. Her boyfriend and she met in Vices and Aussies chats.
Huh.
That's awesome. I did
Whoa.
not know that.
nice.
I
So
love
there's some
that.
couples from those guys too. That's cool. It's interesting meeting someone online. It's a whole different type of relationship. I have
It
to
really
say.
is.
Yeah.
I've seen
I-
them both go very,
wow.
very well and very, very horribly.
Yeah.
Well-
Well, my wife and I met online.
Yeah, we've
Yes, horribly. No, I'm just kidding. Don't worry, my wife fucking hated me when we first met. Normal state
No.
of being for seeing this face. Very punchable, I've been told.
Well, there's kind of mixed opinions because people will say, oh, like a creator is not responsible for their chat. And I agree with that. But at the same time, I'm like, the chat does reflect the creator to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And when someone goes in and their chat is terrible, I do judge the creator on that. And one of the amazing things about Jeff and his channel and the community he created is it was just full of so many good people, because
Yeah.
good people immediately recognize, like, oh, he's one of the good ones. Like, he's a real
Yeah.
one. And
Yeah.
so many friends I've made in his chat and through him, because that's who he attracted. And he actively repelled people who were high drama and wanted to start trouble. Like, he had a way of like correcting people and gently shoving them out of the fold.
Yep.
Yeah, he was really good at that.
He had an uncanny judge of character. It was interesting. He could size people up like that.
To the point that there are people that initially I didn't care for, but I was
Mhm.
like, Jeff thinks they're all right, I'll give him a chance. And then they kind of won me over, but initially I was like, I don't know. But if Jeff gave you the seal of approval, that said a lot.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was it. I said hi to Lee. Yes, I did. Okay, good. AP is saying the taint kappa. I don't know why.
The toilet ghost. The toilet ghost. She goes for your taint.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
There you go.
That was kind of how I interpreted that
couldn't
entire
remember
story
why-
of the toilet ghost.
Yeah, I couldn't remember or figure out why. I forgot that we were talking about the toilet ghost. Byford Dolphin.
Oh yeah. That was a wild one.
What?
The Byford Dolphin was the bathysphere, or the pressure chamber for the deep sea divers that accidentally got opened while everybody was inside at 9 atmospheres of pressure, and
and they got slurped out.
Yeah, they got slurped out. They found the guy, like parts of him like all over the place. His face was completely like separated from everything. Found his wing dang doodles like 30 feet away.
Ooh.
It was like, not to mention the fact that apparently it was like, as they say, invenated.
The dude was hard when he got slurped. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he got the worst suck job imaginable.
Or the best, I guess. The most suction you can
Well,
get.
either way, it was this last one.
It was
Yo, that's how I want to die, in slurpification.
What's the old
Oh.
joke? In there's a great line in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And it's like, traveling through hyperspace is a lot like being drunk, or a lot like being unpleasantly drunk. And it's like, what's wrong with being drunk? Ask a glass of water.
Ooh.
Ouch. Yes. See, for me, I will never forget. There's like two major things from Vices. I will never be able to see that scene from 7 without hearing Vices going, "What's in the box?
What's in the box?"
No, I cannot not hear him anymore. But there was also my favorite thing as a special effects makeup artist. I really enjoyed the degloving. Yeah, learning about degloving and what it actually means was pretty wild.
Well, just watch any guy at the gym with his ring still on.
Oh, yeah. I just never thought of it happening to like a whole body, that sort of thing.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, true.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've actually seen it happen IRL because I used to be a little bit of a
Turtle.
gym nut.
Oh no.
That was a funny one, to be honest. Because the dude was kind of an asshole. So I was like, you kind of deserved that.
Yeah.
But did
I-
you deserve to have to watch it?
No, I have no. I grew up on Live Leak. That shit was
Yeah.
nothing.
I used rotten.com to find source material for wounds.
True. Okay. Yeah. You
Yeah.
know exactly what I mean. Yeah.
Hi, Pool Ken or Pool Scam Sam. Hello, how you doing?
The hell is that picture?
Pool Scam's picture? He's had it forever. It's oh shoot, Jim Carrey as the Fire Marshal Bill or Fire Marshal Bob.
I thought
you
that was
remember
Jim
that?
Carrey, and I could not figure out who the second character was. So yes, I understand now. I
Yes.
love it.
Yes. I knew that Pool Scam and I would get along because that was his picture. And I'm like, yeah, okay. If you've got the Fire Marshal as your avatar, I'm okay with you. We'll get along.
You're all right in my book.
Yeah. Buck, you're right. Us being together and watching it with Connor helps a lot. It really does. Yeah. And it's really cool. Just how easily Connor just like fit right into our group.
Oh, yeah, he
you
just
know,
slotted
like
right
he was
in, bam.
always there. It's yeah.
Mhm.
He's
Like
one of
he
those
had a
good
choice.
dudes. Well, that's true too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he had zero choices in this matter. I
Yeah.
don't think.
We weren't gonna
Yeah,
get
but it's just exceptionally cathartic that he fit in so well, so quickly, and
yeah.
he stuck around. And he's a wonderful human being.
Yeah. You're right, Turtle. He was talking earlier about YouTube friends, internet friends,
Mhm.
being friends but not friends. Even ones I disagree with, we hug and have meals together. We know each other's families. That's a real friend. I learned the hard way the difference between friends and internet friends. So yeah, it's a lesson everyone who goes online has got to learn. That you really can't know anyone until you meet someone. I mean, there's a reason Johnny and I are taking it slow. We haven't met in persons yet, and I can't guarantee that we're gonna like each other once we meet in person. You just don't know.
Right?
Well, and I think both have a lot of value, like your 2D friends and your 3D friends, as long as you understand the difference and the
yeah.
role that they play and you don't confuse them.
Joke's on you. You have to have 3D friends in order to understand the distinction. Let's fucking go.
It's true.
Hey,
I mean,
I got neighbors. I got neighbors. They're not friends, they're neighbors. They're that much closer. Like we see each other at our worst and our best. So yeah. But I don't know that I've got a whole lot of friends IRL anymore. COVID kind of stopped me talking to people. I didn't want to lose any friends.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think I have people online that I consider genuine friends, but I also have people who have said things like, "You're my best friend," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. You should join a book club or something." Like, I promise. And I always think of so I've told some other people this, but on the James Taylor live album, I love James Taylor. I'm that girl.
Okay.
There's a clip after a song where a fan screams at him and she's like, "I love you." And he says, "I love you too. I think it
Aw.
helps us not to know each other." Because
Oh, I
it's so
like
easy
that.
to love people that you don't know and you can fill in
Well, you've got
all the
you've
blank
got a
spaces
perfect
with stuff
idea.
you like.
Yeah.
It's much harder to really care about somebody if you have seen them on a bad day.
Yeah.
And by bad day, I mean like they are the problem.
Yes.
No,
Exactly.
I have some like 2D friends that like we've been together for so long we ended up becoming 3D friends.
Right?
Like my Dungeons and Dragons DM and like that group of people, like Like he got stranded in Chicago because he was flying back from Korea because he's in the military. So he was flying back from Korea. He gets stranded here, unable to get home for Christmas. So what do? I'm like, come on over. We'll chill.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. Turtle, I usually send out invites for the Mondays. Are you on Discord? I'm on Discord, and I am Digger420 on Discord. If you want to make friendly friends, and I can send you an invite for the next time. I don't just have an open phone. This is more for, those of us who've been hanging out together in various chats, for years. We all
The OGs.
well, yeah, we get to hang out and discuss everything, because I don't think we're all in the same chats anymore. We've all kind of, gone different ways.
Yeah, me. I'm not in any chats. Let's say.
Yeah. I haven't been in a lot of the LawTubes. If I am, I lurk. I lurk LawTube a lot.
Yeah.
I really do.
I don't think I've watched LawTube in forever.
Yeah,
That's
I lurk
kind of
Mo.
my-
I lurk Mo in the deep end a whole lot. I just love her.
Oh,
Mo's
she's
great.
such a sweetheart. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes for the
I
bigger,
lurk her stuff.
sometimes for the bigger channels, I'll just talk with friends on Discord while we watch it because I'm like, it's too many people. And
Yeah.
I've used all my social battery for the week, so I can't be in that chat.
Yeah. I do know that feeling.
Or sometimes I'm like, I'm the problem today, so I can't be in that chat.
Yeah, that too. Danielle, yeah, he's definitely a happy camper. Most definitely you've got Jeff's approval. I don't think he'd have a problem at all with you dating Connor. I think that would be bang, just right, exactly what he'd appreciate, what he'd want. Yeah.
But I do.
Your little
Connor's
D, for
mine.
Pete's sakes.
Connor's
come on,
mine.
man.
Danielle and I did decide that you don't actually have to be a bride to have a flower girl. So whenever we're in the same place, I'm just going to walk
be
next
her
to
flower
her and
girl?
throw petals
Okay.
so that she can make an entrance and I can fulfill my destiny as flower girl.
There you go.
Connor is
I like that.
optional in the equation.
Man not required.
So like, who's gonna be like handing you more flowers? Because eventually you're gonna run out.
I don't know. I picked out a flower girl dress as soon as I heard that they were getting married. So I don't think it'll be a problem. It's a dress made of flowers.
That's
So when you run
that's
out, you're just gonna
cool.
start ripping off parts
Because
of
really
your
the
dress.
whole thing's about me.
Well, yeah, of course.
I'm the important one here.
I've got a question though. Is this dress made of real flowers or plastic flowers?
I'll send you the picture
Okay.
of the dress.
Okay. Now you've got me. I'm
It's just gonna
intrigued.
like remind me of some like Tinkerbell shit.
Is that a bad thing?
No, I'm just asking this question.
Ooh, can I do that?
There never is actually a topic on these streams, Turtle. So yeah, we just talk about whatever we come up with.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're taking off, you have a good evening, and we'll see you Thursday.
No, they're still in chat. That's kind of the funny part about it. They never left.
Oh, is he still in chat? Okay, good. Next.
Nice.
Or yeah, sorry, nice. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking nice, but then I saw the word next in front of me, and that's just what came out.
69.
Heck yeah.
It's not a big delay, Turtle. It's she's the delay.
Oh, but
Yes.
now I found another dress.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Now there's competition.
Oh, I'm gonna
Danielle,
interfere
you're
with
gonna
this
end up having
conversation.
one of those really amazing Oh no, Mighty. Why are you Mighty?
What?
Okay.
I'm gonna not do that again.
No.
What did you
Probably don't wanna
do?
do that.
I don't know why I was Mighty. I killed my cam so I could walk away and get another beer, and then I see Mighty pop up in my eyes.
You just saw
my
the
God.
Inception. Boom.
I want to do this. I'm gonna do this.
Wow. That is a really cool dress, actually.
That's
Sorry,
not the
I'm
original
going
dress,
girly.
but I got distracted.
I'm going girly. This is awesome.
I like the sassiness of that one.
Yeah. And here can I whoop. No, other way. There we go. I love
Web.
that the detail and the
Oh.
difference in the flowers with the grasses. That's an awesome dress.
I feel
I
like
have
it
to-
needs some boots.
Yeah.
Like you got to wear boots with it. She is wearing boots a little bit.
Oh, it looks like
but,
they've actually used leaves to make the boots too.
Definitely take your Zyrtec if you're wearing that.
Yeah.
I also,
Yeah.
I also sent you the original dress because it has an accessory.
Oh, okay. Well, accessories.
Well, we know how you
It's
ladies love your
absurd.
accessories.
Oh.
But now you know I'm not worried about running out of flowers. I was like, this
Yeah.
is my opportunity. I've been waiting for this moment.
That's really cool, actually.
Actually,
I
kind of
love the
funny that you mentioned the flowers. Yeah, because I have my wife like texted me like earlier today. She's like, "Hey, I need you to run to the grocery store and get a couple of things." I'm like,
Oh,
"Okay, cool." So I went and picked up the kid, and then went to the grocery store. And while I'm there, I'm like, "Hey, kid, you want to get some flowers for mom?" Yeah. So just got mom a surprise bouquet like we do sometimes.
If I'm
Aw.
ever in your wedding, I would way rather be the flower girl than a bridesmaid. Just
Good night, Dom.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. The only time I've ever been involved in a wedding, I ended up being the makeup artist, the wedding planner, the hairstylist, and then I was the one on the day running around getting everything done, like handing
Gopher?
out bubbles. Yeah, bubbles, so that when they're walking back down the aisle, everyone's blowing bubbles. The pictures will be, pretty and la 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 la. I kind of enjoyed that a lot more than I would ever enjoy being a bridesmaid. That just seems like a lot of an effort. Like that's a hard work. I want to go to the thing and enjoy myself.
Having been the center of attention one time, and then of course also been a groomsman a few times. Yeah, not about that.
I was in a wedding one time where I was a bridesmaid, and the bride picked this black strapless dress. And we get to the venue hours before the wedding, and I'm helping her do stuff. And her mom's like, "Have a seat." And I'm like, "No, I'm good." And I'm helping her. And we're about 4 hours in, and her mom goes, "Have a seat." And I'm like, "I can't." And she goes, "Why?" And I was like, "Because they didn't do the alterations correctly." And she was like, "What do you mean?" Anytime I sat down in the dress, the whole bust of the dress just flipped down.
Oh no!
No!
I had to stand the whole day through the
Oh,
reception.
no.
Could not sit down.
I
Oh,
would have had so
no.
much fun with that. I would have sat up, sat down, sat up, sat down. Just like one of those like kids' toys where like you pull the string and like the guy just starts flopping around.
Hey, look, it's Kilroy. Yeah. Oh Lord.
And that was about it for me. I was like, I never need to do this again.
Yeah,
I'll be in your wedding. I will
Yeah.
not do this.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
show
much
up. Don't
better
ask me to do
behind the
anything.
scenes. I'm a behind the scenes person, not in front of the camera. I do a lot better that way.
See, if I were to wear that and then it did the whole thing, I would have the words Pika and then boo.
Oh my goodness! Had I been thinking, I should have named Sweet Spiga. That would have been awesome.
People have been like, "Ah, you're a Pokemon fan." You'll be like, "No, no."
That's okay. Yeah, his ears are probably burning too. Oh, and then he says, "No, totally not. Not at all. His ears aren't burning at all."
What up? What up, Vice? Vice, baby.
And while
Speaking of
saying
that-
Digger hasn't checked out Johnny's aura yet. Exactly. You don't know. I mean, we've got a really great, it's a really cool thing because there's no physical at all. So we're kind of forced to actually get to know each other.
It's like Love is
Completely.
Blind.
Yeah, except
it's
Love
really
is
quite
crippled.
cool. But you never, well, yeah, the love is crippled this time around.
Speaking
But
of
you know,
surprises,
he decides to put up with me anyway, so it's worth it. But yeah, no. How do you actually watch Love is Blind Island?
Oh, fucking course. Oh,
Yeah.
not me. No, I do
I-
not.
I love reality
me.
TV, but I don't have TV, so I have to live through reaction videos. And My Thoughts is my favorite girl in the whole wide world. I have to say.
So reality TV is my like before bed watching because there's no plot to follow. It's stupid, but it's just enough that you can like wind down
Yeah.
and
it's
feel
not-
better about yourself.
Well, that
Because you're like, these people are messed up. And I'm a little
will
messed
never be
up,
that
but not
bad.
like this.
Makes you feel a little bit less self-conscious, you know.
I don't
Speak of
remember
the
her name, but
devil.
my favorite
Hey!
was the girl who
No!
said she looked like Megan Fox.
Speak of the devil.
Oh man, she hurt herself so bad. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you don't say that. You don't say that. Because now no matter what, you're gonna not be as cool as what he's thinking in his mind.
I kind of gotta say this real quick. Connor, congratulations.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Appreciate you. And Island, yes, you may wear that dress, whichever one you want, and you will be the head flower girl.
Yes.
Nice. I'm on X too, or you can email me. My email is in the channel information to Turtle. Because we've had good conversations with Turtle too. We've had some good concert conversations specifically. Mo wrenched me.
Nice.
That was
I
That's
used to
awesome.
always say that I would elope, and then I found online there's a company that you can rent like mini donkeys and sheep and stuff, and they put them in top hats and have them deliver liquor to people at your wedding.
Oh,
Nice.
And like
How
now I
do I
have
get
to
this?
have a wedding
yeah.
So you're just gonna ride on that donkey and just like
because it's the
flower
cutest thing
petals.
ever. And like I need like I have to have a wedding now.
That JK misses you guys. Just as an
I
aside.
know. I'm just look, I'm making a lot of progress. I am in the third draft. I'm making some fine adjustments. A couple of chapters I want to fine tune. I actually just kind of did one today. I like where it's going a little bit, but I've also got a little something fun that I got really bored with last night. I actually managed to get the logo, like the actual like shield for the like organization of the book done.
Oh, cool.
And I turned it into a ping. I'm actually going to redo it into an SVG file, but I've got it like small enough that it'll actually be my page breaks or my chapter breaks.
Oh,
So-
cool.
So I've actually
Oh.
I might have an image here somewhere, but yeah. So okay, it's on my phone.
SVG translation is not that, or
Certainly.
exporting is not that hard. So if you need somebody
Yeah.
to help with that, I got that for you easy.
I can do that. It's actually not that hard to do. The trick is reason I would transferring it to .svg is because in transparent like .ping, it doesn't always, if you have light mode or dark mode, it doesn't always switch between black or white.
Yeah.
Dot
But if you just have the
that
SVG file,
supports
it's
a
just
little
there.
bit better.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I was gonna update that, but I mean that's like a little tiny thing. Give me like a minute here. I can go ahead and share this. It's kind of cool, but oh wait, no, that's not what I
Yeah,
want.
well, we're still talking about like wedding stuff type of thing. Yeah, no, me and my girl were like, oh, we're just going to elope and then go to Japan and have some fun there and then figure out like
Right.
a couple years down the line about an actual wedding. Because I don't want to have one because I ain't got the money for that. And I'm like, fuck it. If we're going to go big, we're going to have to go big because she has a huge ass family. Mexicans be like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had one wedding and I'm quite good with eloping if I ever have to do it again.
Well, I mean, just don't do what my friend did, one of my close friends, and like 2 weeks before the wedding, just spontaneously at the end of a D&D session, just go, oh, hey, by the way, I'm getting married. We're eloping, so.
By the way.
Oh no,
so
I
you
mean the only reason why we're not like, recognized by the state as married is because, we it's better for finances if we don't.
Yeah.
So
Because
okay,
we make that perfect amount of money for it to not be worth it.
so I'm gonna preface this by saying that I've really zoomed the screen in so that way the writing itself isn't there, but this is actually the very first. Wait, hang on. stop. But yeah, so there I've actually got the logo in there, and that's like right there on page
Nice.
1.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
So it's
Nice.
coming along.
Nice.
It's almost there, guys. I swear.
That's so
Hopefully
cool.
they didn't see like
That's so
too much
cool.
of my yeah, hopefully I didn't see too much of the first page, but you know.
I'll go back
Daisy.
frame by frame to figure out exactly what was there.
You already have it, jackass.
Fuck off!
I
I
was
want to
thinking,
be in
good.
the know.
You are.
I already sent it to you.
Yeah, you've already got it. Silly.
Or at least the first few chapters anyway, you know.
Yeah.
Which you know, still waiting on that you know, write up, or tell me what you got.
Yes, I know. I forgot all about it. I did read it. I just forgot to.
You want to hear how my week is going? No, you don't. Okay, let's continue.
I
That
hadn't had a
sounds
chance
like
to
an
send
awesome
it
wedding
to
journal.
a lot of people yet. I just send it out to a couple just for kind of more proofreading right now. But yeah.
Yeah. And yes, West Coast. My thoughts is the potato chick. I love her. I've been following her for ages. Actually, I heard her name from Cinnamon Toast Ken and Dane. They were laughing because my thoughts and prayers was her old name, and she would comment in videos. And then she started doing her own thing. And I love her. I don't even care about the shows she comments on. I just enjoy her so much that I'll watch her streams anyways. Like, I've never watched Love Island, no idea what the show is about. But she's covering it, so I'm watching her reactions and I'm loving it.
Who's
Well,
this
you know-
potato chick?
Her name is My Thoughts, THOTS. She reacts to reality TV. I don't have TV. I don't have any of the, I can't afford to pay for TV, but she reacts beautifully.
To be clear, I
love
don't
it.
pay for mine. I use other people's accounts.
I used to, but they took away my use of Mom's Netflix account because we live too far away. So we're obviously not in the same household. So and it kind of worked the same way for a few things.
Oh,
But,
by the way,
To be
kind of
rocks.
breaking news, sort of ish, kind of.
Uh-oh.
Johnny was like right on the money with the Arizona shooter.
Oh,
Oh,
Johnny, you were right.
oh yeah, oh yeah. At the show, he was saying like, you know, it kind of seems like, you know, that one little blue speck in a very red state type of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that seems to possibly maybe be if you're gonna be conspiratorial type of thing.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Remember how there was that one shooter who got to two police officer or not police firefighters?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
heard
know.
something about that yesterday. Like,
Yeah, they finally kind of started releasing information about the person.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Is it really that
so you're gonna be
30-year-old
so
dude?
if you look
Okay.
at the like any article, you're gonna see the picture on the very far left. If you find any pictures of current day, it's on the far right. And if Dicker will pull up the
There we go. So far left is
the one
The
they're
pic-
showing on every news article
that's the picture I saw
with
Yeah.
the cut hair. The
Yeah.
most current photo is the one on the far right.
with the grow out. Okay.
They
With the
almost
grow
don't
out.
look like the same person.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, that could easily be 3 different ethnicities.
Right.
Yeah.
The parents are like well known, like, you know, I'm gonna say MAGA supporters. I don't know how the fuck that's gonna fly with
Oh.
algorithm stuff right now.
Okay.
But it basically
So-
looks like rebellious, you know, young person who doesn't agree with their parents got kind of mad.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's kind of just the
Lovely.
small update. I'm just
Mm.
I'll leave it at that. Don't know any more than that, but that kind of just seems kind of what it might be, sorta.
Oops. Sorry.
Sorry.
Too
Oh,
quickly. Sorry,
Hey.
Connor.
Connor,
I was
no!
just about to remove the screen and it
I'm
disappeared.
back.
So I clicked on you.
I proceeded to close out my own screen, and Digger decides she's gonna go kill Vices. No!
Well, it's not my fault. It moved
Wow.
over one. Damn it.
Well, speaking of Love is Blind, one interesting development over the seasons is like the first season or couple seasons, they brought in people from all over the country, and then they immediately break up after the show because they don't live anywhere near each other
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't work. So then they switched and started doing it in a city at a time. So they'll do it like in Dallas, and all the people will be from Dallas. Well,
Okay.
now in the latest seasons, people are figuring out who's been cast in the show before the show airs.
Oh no.
And so, especially women are like making groups where they're like, I've dated that guy. Here's what he's like. And like all
Oh
the tea
no.
is coming out because now people have figured out you can get famous on these shows, right?
Yeah.
And so most of the people aren't taking it seriously. And so when they go out to bars and stuff while they're filming, women will like walk up and be like, just so you know, like I slept with him a week before he started filming. Like just completely, it's like it's the wildest thing.
Oh gosh.
Idaho,
Oh.
Idaho. I'm retarded. Idaho,
Idaho.
is actually the correct
Coeur
place.
d'Alene. Yeah.
I was reading like 8 different articles and one of them got thrown into the wrong place.
Gotcha. I do when I can, but I haven't even bothered doing that for a long time. I've watched more TV in the last 4 months than I have in the last 4 years. Honestly, I'm catching up on all sorts of movies that happened I didn't even know existed. The Babysitter Zombie movies are brilliant. The sequel is just as good as the first one. As an aside, like there are so many things that I had no idea existed. Really great TV shows, and yeah, it's kind of interesting to have gone on. I went straight off of fictional completely, and I've been doing nothing but deep dives into different, rabbit holes and that sort of thing for a few years now, and it's. I forgot how relaxing it is to watch a fictional TV show and just zone out and just allow it to be what is it, Discovery of Witches. We just finished watching that and it was brilliant. It was really, really well done.
Someone told me the books are even better.
I loved the books. Yes,
I haven't
I
read the
loved
books.
the books. They were great. I can't, because of my memory, I can't really remember a whole lot about the books, like specific plot points, but I remember that I loved the series. And so I remember seeing a trailer, and the people that they cast as the different characters were so well cast. The series was done amazingly. I was very
I
impressed.
really
and
loved the
upset.
first season, and I got lost somewhere in the second season. And someone said to read the books, and it would be easier to follow. Because
Yeah.
the first season was so good, and the second season I was like, what's happening, and who are these people?
Yeah, when they go back in time, it's definitely dealt with better in the book version.
To be fair, I listen to TV a lot. I don't watch it. So when we do things like time jumps, sometimes I get lost because I'm knitting, and sometimes I
There
get to season 2 or 3 and realize I don't know what anybody looks like.
Yeah. Well, and that was the thing too. In season 2 of Discovery of Witches, they changed the guy, or maybe it was season 3. One of them, they suddenly changed the guy who played Baldwin, and it was so much the better. Yes, that dude. That dude was one of the actors. Sorry, I'm just looking at it. He was one of the actors in Discovery of Witches, and actually, that dude, I would love to see more of what he's in. His face is so cool, so unique.
Cool.
It's just slightly off in all. He's just, he gives great face. He gives
It
really
sounds
great
like
face.
it looks like they would give him, the Hunchback or Notre Dame, for the easiest makeup, use. They wouldn't have to do a whole lot. One of his eyes is already down here, kind of like how I am, but not as bad. Or
I don't know. He is what I call
rememberable.
like
face?
hot. There's hot, there's pretty hot, and then there's hot. So he would be a hot. He's hot because he's unique. So to me, I guess a unique hot would be better than a hot. But it, because he's unique. He's good looking, but he's not perfect. Like
You
a
ever
Brad
seen,
Pitt would be a pretty hot.
You ever seen Men in Black?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember in Men in Black, the guy who's like a bug monster and he wears the guy's skin?
Edgar, yeah.
Yeah.
Edgar, the skin is hanging off your bones.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh,
Kind of
they-
looks like that. Do I need to pull up another picture of this one I'm talking about?
I liked this guy. I really liked this guy. I honestly, he gave such great face. I want to find him in other things. He was a good actor, but his face is so unique, so interesting. He emotes really well. Good night, Mr. Q. You be well. Enjoy your celebrations.
So did anyone else see that there was a festival in Somerset, Kentucky, and they, as part of the festivities, they jumped a replica of the General Lee over a fountain?
We were just see
Yes.
that.
Yeah, we just watched that on the stream this morning. That was
Oh,
so
you mean
fun.
this?
Yes,
Man, I can't tell the difference.
this is awesome. Yeah. Now
Now,
that
where's the
dude
guy
with
who
that
almost-
camera.
People in that are okay.
Yeah,
That guy
Driving
with the
that
hat
dude
nearly
with the
just
camera?
died.
Yeah, he slow walked out of the way, taking the time to pick up the camera and slow walk between the two bricks before, he seriously should have been smushed.
Yeah. I'm glad they used a replica and not actually a 69 Charger, because that's
Yes.
kind of sacrilege. As a
Yes.
Mopar man myself, I would have cried a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really glad when the pieces started falling off as it landed. I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's got to be like cardboard or aluminum,
Yeah, it's
something. That's
fiberglass
not a real.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that fountain is a weird blue color.
I think they dyed it
Yeah.
on purpose so
So
that
you
you
could
could
see
see
it
it
maybe?
better.
It's like Kool-Aid.
Yeah, with
So
the
there's
pictures.
there's a lot of fountains, especially in my area,
look,
where they dye the
hydrant is
water
blue.
like that. It's some kind of like stuff to keep the mosquitoes from growing
It's
in
like
there.
Oh, okay.
blue Gatorade blue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
like
think
really
I think they
little.
like did that to try to get the color to like pop during the
Probably.
That's what I figured it was so that the water would be visible against the sky. But JK D-Buck and someone else, D What, they were all talking about Battlestar Galactica. And yes, do keep watching. It just gets better and better and better. That's a phenomenal series. Bionic.
womp.
What the fuck is that, Camelot? Where?
Mate, it could be Camelot.
This I don't think this is Camelot.
Yeah, I need to tag Camelot on that video.
Oh, I didn't know that they dye water on purpose.
Oh,
the
I
house.
Yeah.
should Chicago green.
Mind you,
River.
yeah.
I
The
know
last time
sometimes
go ahead.
sometimes I'll put stuff in it to keep algae from growing that adds a color, but it's not the color is not the
On
intention.
purpose.
The color is just the byproduct of
Oh,
Okay.
you've never seen this then. Hold on. Give me like 30
Yeah.
like 30 seconds. I
Okay.
mean like 4 or 5 seconds so I can readjust the size of this image.
Yeah, I was gonna say the last time I worked on a oh wow, that is
Looks-
very, very green.
I have seen that.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looks like
It's
something out of Ghostbusters every time I see it.
Yeah, that looks like
Yeah.
Slimer.
Yeah.
this year they actually, when they dyed it green, they had, because they're doing the new Toxic Avenger movie,
Oh,
they actually had like Toxie like cosplaying like on the front of the boat as they were doing the green dye,
very
you
cool.
know, which, the Toxic Avenger is now played by Peter Dinklage, which sorry, but no,
He wasn't a little person, the Toxic Avenger. Was he?
right?
Okay, I'm like, am I forgetting a main part? Like, I don't remember him being a little person.
Look, he's apparently everybody says he's a great actor, but I'm not nuts over him.
I just can't get over him
Ah.
convincing them not to let the 7 dwarves be dwarfs.
I know.
That was because
Dude.
Look, I mean, he's got to pull the rope up behind him. I mean, or the step stool, whatever you want to call it.
Is that one specifically the Michigan Avenue Bridge? I'll be honest, there are like 8 bridges that all look the fucking same. I don't think so.
And
I
you
think
know
it might
what's
be the
sad is that you're
whacker
talking
one.
about that, and I know exactly what you mean because I used to live there.
They like you look at a bridge and you're like, who knows beats me?
Right?
They're
You see that
all-
bridge, like, oh, I know where that's at.
Right.
Yeah.
You can only kind of tell the difference between them if you like get a really good look at the the statues.
I actually, you know, I want to go back to Chicago sometime
Why?
soon, just so I could see if my favorite bar is still there.
Which one?
Rossi's on Grand Street.
No.
Well, I didn't think
There you
that.
go.
It was a dive bar. Like it was literally
I'll be right back.
it was a hallway that they converted into a bar.
Holy shit, no, they are. Holy
The
fuck.
Rossi's?
Yeah. I was thinking, yes, they're still there.
Hell yeah.
They're less busy than normal. I thought they fucking died from COVID. But no, apparently they're still around.
And they literally turned a hallway into a bar.
It's fucking tiny. Like, yeah.
This place
That's
is a very, very, very small joint.
That was my favorite bar whenever I lived in Chicago.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is the epitome of hole in the wall.
Huh.
It's very tiny.
And the best part is
yeah.
this place kind of still looks like a motorcycle bar. Like if you're out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Yep. I can neither confirm nor deny that the interior of Rossi's may have inspired a particular scene in my book. Yeah.
Good to know. Well, it's been 2 hours, so I'm gonna have to call it. But first, cheersing with whatever you're drinking.
Hey, there it is.
I'm cheersing with my Molson Canadian because it is Canada Day tomorrow. So, you know, for everyone everywhere, cheers. Have a wonderful night. It was lovely to have you guys on, and I will see you again next Monday.
Okay, I love you. Goodbye.
Bye, cheers.
Oh yeah, I got to push 2 buttons. Okay, now.
Topics change from day to day. Science, art, or history's play. No path to choice, get no trail too thin. She dives right in where to begin. Is there anything, nothing's too obscure? She'll dig and dig a spirit so pure. From ancient lore to future dreams, every question finds its gleam.